All right, I'm here today with Amee. Amee is vice president at Note Mortgage. Is that the correct title?
That is absolutely correct.
Okay, because that's impressive. I don't want to mess that up.
No, I correct most people on the street if they say I'm just a loan officer. I'll be like, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I'm VP. You better
vice
recognize.
president, yes.
I like that. But before we get into loans and bore people with loans, but I don't think it's boring. We'll make that part fun. But let's get to know you a little bit. Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Winnipeg, Manitoba, which is in Canada. It's the land of the winter. Winnipeg Jets. Go Jets, go.
Winnipeg. Can I try to say it?
Of course.
Say it again.
Winnipeg.
Winnipeg.
Manitoba.
Manitoba.
Canada.
Canada,
if I was back
say.
in Canada, you get more of the O, like Manitoba. Like it would.
Did you lose that, or you still have it?
Well, if I start drinking, it'll come back
really
naturally.
After how
it's like
many?
the native tongue comes back the more drinks I have.
Okay, that makes sense. What was it like growing up in Canada?
Very wholesome, I guess you could say. It was very, but I think a lot of places were like that back in the 80s and 90s.
Okay,
and it was like everything you like getting on your bike and leaving all day long. Not having a care in the world. No one ever locked your door. Or like we didn't lock our front or back door.
Right.
So it was just always open. And yeah, and it was winter. It was like during Halloween, your costume would have to be large enough to go over your snowsuit.
Otherwise, you're freezing?
Yeah, because it'd be like a blizzard guaranteed like 2 weeks prior. My birthday's in September, and I always wanted a pool party for my birthday, but it was immediately like fall. Like you could never have a pool party. So when I moved to Las Vegas, I'm like, oh, sweet. Like now I can have a pool party for my
September,
birthday.
right? It's still
it's
hot.
still very nice here, but not up in Winnipeg. Halloween, you're always in a parka under your, so you just look like a big fat like Cinderella or
that's awesome.
Alice in Wonderland, whatever I was dressed up as.
But everybody is, so it's like normal.
Exactly. It's like, oh, we're here. I'll take my daughter trick or treating, and everyone knows exactly what she's dressed up as. But up there, everyone would have to ask, like, oh, what are you?
Speaking of your daughter, she's adorable. How old is she?
She will be 7 in 2 weeks.
Okay. So are you excited she's grown up in Vegas, or would you rather have her kind of grow up in Canada?
Hey, I have no problems with it. It's not as though we live on the strip. And,
right. People think we do from out of town.
They do.
Right?
Yeah. Even I worked on the strip for the longest time as a food server, and people will always like question, like, you live here?
Yeah. What part of the strip do you live on?
Yeah, exactly. And I would say like, oh, I'd helicopter in like every day for
so
my
you
shift.
play into it. I
absolutely.
like that.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite childhood memory from growing up in Canada?
My favorite, there's
how old were you when you left there?
21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I made sure to move here when I could drink here.
Oh, okay.
Because there's 18,
no
like in my province is 18.
So you took advantage of that.
Yeah, so
years.
it's like, oh, okay, I can still drink. But then I moved down here so then I can continue with the drinking.
I cut you off when I asked when you moved here. What did you say your favorite part was? Because you said a word.
Probably tobogganing.
Tobogganing?
Yeah, because there's like, call it 9 months of winter. And so there's so much snow that you're just outside.
What is that?
It's sledding.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like my dad would build a 2-story toboggan slide and ice it down. Like you come home from work.
What do you
and
mean 2-story?
So you'd have to climb 2 stories worth of stairs, and then we backed onto a creek. So we had this big wood plank that plywood would have like a sheet that you'd have to pull away, and you'd go up with your toboggan, and then you'd slide. We'd make banks, so then you'd go all the way down to the creek.
Am I going to sound stupid for not knowing what that is?
No, I think it's a word that it's like a duotang. Do you know what a duotang is?
Oh, you're teaching me a lot today. What is that?
It's a 3-ring binder.
A what?
It's a binder.
Made in Canada or?
In high school. I don't know why we just would always call it a duotang. And so.
So your teachers would say, do your thing?
Duotang. Get out your duotang from your backpack and put this in your duotang. Yeah, so toboggan, cool. Duotang.
So I'm trying to picture this toboggan. Is it like a sled?
So it doesn't. It's ours were always plastic because they would go faster.
So how is it 2 stories?
Like you just climb up. Like you would build like the structure.
So there's somebody on top and somebody on the bottom.
No, it's just like us 6-year-olds, like
that sounds dangerous.
Like, 100%.
Is it?
It was great. Oh yeah, because one of us, like for example, my younger brother's favorite story is I was climbing up the stairs to get to the top, and then I asked him, he has a plywood moved. And he was being facetious, but he's 5 years old, so he's not really portraying it well. And he goes, yeah. And so I just went, and so it was still there. So I literally like rammed into it full speed. Yeah, it was fun.
Okay, that
Gave him a
explains
face
a lot.
wash, and then I felt better.
Nice. Is it less dangerous because there's a bunch of soft snow? Or,
Probably, yes, yeah.
So 9 months out of the year is winter?
About that, like give or take this, what the season is like.
Okay.
You always feel like you're in snow.
Okay. And then what was the other 3 months?
Incredible summer weather. We have the
Really?
best lakes, best patio. Like everyone lives outside during the summer. Yeah.
So 9 months inside and then 3 months out? I like it.
Or
Okay.
you're outside like totally bundled up in your parka and snowsuit, and you're outside playing in the snow.
What about kind of the later years, like junior high, high school? Any cool memories there?
Well, I was homeschooled in junior high, so not too many cool stories.
Okay.
I was not that cool, or maybe I was the coolest in my school because my younger brother was homeschooled with me. But then I went back to school for high school. Mm-hmm. And then I was valedictorian for grade 12, which is fun.
Fancy. Okay.
Ran for student president, didn't win, unfortunately,
Okay.
but whatever.
Was it a big school?
Yeah, there's like 1,200 students.
Yeah, that is
And it's a
big.
decent size high school.
Okay. And what brought you? Did you come straight to Vegas from Canada?
No, well, from Canada, yeah. So from Winnipeg, I did my first year in a college in British Columbia.
Okay.
And so I lived out there for a year and then moved back to Winnipeg. And
I just skipped college. Like, I don't know where I went from high school to Vegas. So what was college
normal?
like? I don't know. I mean,
Did you go to college?
for a
Your mom
little
went to
bit,
college?
I dabbled in it. You know, my mom said I was a failure because I'm not a doctor or a lawyer, but you know, I remind her that I
accurate.
pay her mortgage. So I guess it turned out okay. But so I guess I dabbled in it a little bit. But
Yeah.
did you go to college?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Eventually, it's fine. I like school. I'm one of the weirdos. Like I actually like academics and like learning, which is also funny because I also love partying. So it's a good balance.
Kind of goes hand in hand in college, right?
Yeah. And then, so I went from BC back to Winnipeg, did like 2 years there, and then realized my degree, my path was commerce or business.
Okay.
So my major was finance, and I realized I did not want to stay in Canada. And so I figured, well, the easiest way would be to get a degree in the United States. And then, so I went down to Tulsa, Oklahoma, because my oldest stepsister, she was going to Oral Roberts.
Okay.
And so since she was there, there is an established community. So that's why I went there. And then,
Is it a small town?
yeah, it's
Because I only heard of it because of the TV show right now with Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. So it's like 2 hours ish from Oklahoma City.
Okay.
So it's a decent size.
How long were you there?
Almost 2 years.
2 years.
2 years. Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
I did. It was great. Met some really good people. I still keep in contact with them. My stepsisters still live there. So it's nice.
Is college different in the States versus in Canada?
Yes.
Okay.
Super different. You guys are big into football.
Who's you guys? You live here.
You
now.
guys, well, now, yeah, exactly. That's
Okay.
true.
So we're big into football in college, yeah. And what about
Yeah.
in Canada?
Canada football is not that celebrated.
Hockey?
Hockey, definitely.
Okay.
You get more of the push, especially if your child is successful in hockey. Like my cousin, she was really successful. She played for the Canadian women's hockey team.
Okay.
And then broke off and went to speed skating and went to the Olympics and won a bunch of Olympic
That's cool.
medals. Yeah. Yeah.
So here college you saw was mainly sports. Over there it's
It's very academic based, I'd say,
Okay.
in Canada, or you're focused more on academia. And down here it was
Party?
different. Yeah, a little different. I went to Oklahoma State, so maybe that was it. Maybe it was the school I chose.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened after college? What was the story there?
Then I didn't want to go back to Canada. And so I was with someone that really wanted to move to Las Vegas. And so I said, all right. So we got married and moved to Las Vegas.
This is from Oklahoma?
Yeah, from
Okay.
Oklahoma. And then
Where'd you guys meet?
We met at a bar in Tulsa
Okay.
where one would meet someone.
Right.
We used to work with each other like at PF Chang's.
Okay.
So we worked there together, and then that's how, yeah.
You worked there while you were going to school?
Yes. Yeah. And then came out here post.
Okay. And this is who you're with today?
No, now
Okay.
I'm on husband number 3.
Okay, good. I was going to get into questions, but I'm like, I stopped myself. I'm
So
like,
then
yeah,
once we moved
okay.
here, he fell into the vices that I think a lot of people fall into here in Las Vegas. Subsequently, he left. Then I met husband number 2 on the Strip.
Okay. At a bar?
No, a restaurant I worked at.
Okay.
He's the reason I tell women that whoever you want to end up with, make sure you pull their credit and see the last series of taxes to make sure you know what you're getting yourself into.
Okay. So if people are listening and they don't need a home loan, but they want to credit check their spouse or
exactly.
future
Just
spouse.
call me.
Okay. All right. That's good advice.
Yeah.
What, third time's a charm?
Third time's a charm. Yeah. This is, I guess, my baby daddy.
Okay.
So he's awesome. Again, met him at work. Apparently I have a thing with people.
What work was this?
Lexus of Henderson. He was a GSM of Lexus of Henderson.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you do there?
I sold cars.
Okay.
And then he told me he had to quit because he wanted to take me on a date. I said, okay.
So you got to quit for the date?
Yeah, because he couldn't
Oh,
date
this is like
staff.
the corporate world?
Yeah, exactly. Corporate world where like now I'm head HR and so I can call the shots and tell people they can do whatever they want.
What if you quit and it didn't work out on the first date?
Well, it ended up quite well because now that's how I became a lender.
Okay. So we'll get into that, but what advice do you have for people for a successful marriage?
For a successful marriage.
I mean, you've had some practice.
Just a little. Grow together. It's like where you
that.
still have your individualism, like still be yourselves, but then as like every year you're still changing. I'm sure who Kelly married however many years ago is, the same man then as you are now. So, but you're still, as you are growing, you're still growing together.
For sure. I was going to say, who's Kelly? You get me in trouble with my girlfriend.
Oh, shoot.
No,
sorry.
I'm just kidding. Happily married over 20 years.
There you go.
And
See?
it's still my best friend. So
See, like, it really is. Like, I go home and he's the number one person I want to talk to.
that's so cool. But we didn't meet at a bar.
No.
Kind of interesting
Horse
story.
property?
No horse property. Even though we were both kind of into horses, it was a blind date on Valentine's Day.
No way. So your anniversary is tomorrow?
Thanks for reminding me. Yes. I played a little trick on her.
Okay.
I asked her what she was wearing because we met at the Forum Shops at Caesars.
Okay.
And I said, "What are you wearing?" And she told me. And she asked, "What are you wearing?" And I gave her some complete opposite. So in case I can do a drive-by, and if I didn't, see what I liked, I keep going.
Yeah.
But it was love at first sight.
Aww.
In case she's listening. Yeah, it was. But anyways, so let's talk about some of these jobs because we talked about restaurants, Lexus. So when you came to Vegas, what was your first job?
PF Chang's. But it was PF Chang's at the Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Yeah, when Aladdin before it became Planet Hollywood.
That. Yeah.
And so they were doing the renovations while I was there. And so I was the only server for breakfast. So when I transferred, they're like, we don't have any server openings unless you want to take over breakfast.
What do people eat there for breakfast?
It was the only, because of all the renovations, it was the only.
So during the renovations, they were just open? And what would they serve?
Only restaurant. It was like eggs, like your typical, like, all you can eat buffet, but it was in PF Chang's. And so I served it all and it was like ridiculous. Like how much money you could still make off breakfast. And it was a buffet. So people would just like go and I would just clear their plates and like keep everything nice and flowing. And people just tip off that.
Did you like the restaurant business?
I loved it.
Really? Any cool stories there?
I mean, I think my favorite story was meeting Adam Sandler.
Really?
But I mean, all of my, like everything.
At PF Chang's?
No, at SDK.
Oh, okay. We jumped a little bit.
Yeah, sorry.
What was after PF Chang's?
PF Chang's, it was then Cat House at the Luxor.
Okay.
And then, PF Chang's and then B&B Ristorante in Venetian Palazzo in there. So
you like the restaurant business?
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
I find it very easy.
Let's get to the Adam Sandler. That's cool. Was he nice?
Super awesome. Yeah, and he's with his normal crew. So there's like 20 of them, and
you served them?
Yeah, that was probably my favorite, I guess, table I've ever served. At a bachelor party once at SCK that the best man gave me $1,000 if I'd put the groomsman in a headlock. And so I did. Like all of a sudden he's like standing up to give a toast.
Like as a joke or seriously?
Yeah, as a joke. And so he was taller and he got up to get this story. And so I like sit on a chair and also I just like jumped up on him and like so he started like throwing me against the back of the wall to try and get all his like groomsmen. Everybody was just dying laughing. It was quite hysterical. But I grew up with brothers and we were always wrestling.
Right.
So it was like very like, oh yeah, I'll totally fight him.
Right.
No problem.
That's amazing. You were probably really good at that job with your personality.
I was.
Yeah.
A chameleon.
So a lot interesting. Is that like a restaurant or a nightclub? It sounds rowdy.
SCK, yeah, it was. It's a restaurant with live DJ.
Oh, okay.
And then they built all the booths so they're open to each other to spark conversation with those around you. So even though you could be there with like your 8 buddies, you would talk to the table of 4 girls beside you. So it was like constructed to be like a nightclub feel, but it's a restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where did you go from there?
From there, I went into selling cars.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a big change.
It was a big change. I realized I turned 31. I was like, I don't want to be Flo at the diner. I didn't want to like, it was, you make such great money and it was
it sounds like good money, incredible and good experience. Fun.
Yeah. And it was awesome. It was super fun. But then after that, it was like, what am I going to do with my life?
Yeah.
So since my degree is in finance, I figured I'd go to sell cars and get into the finance department of the dealership. And I'd previously purchased Lexus cars from this one gentleman. And so I like reached out to him and asked him like, hey, are you hiring? And so he gave me the rundown of how it's hard work, but it can be profitable. And then so that's how I got the interview.
I'm sure there wasn't cool stories there like a SDK, right?
Not as cool. No, not as fun and entertaining.
Did you bring the excitement there? Or?
I did,
because it seems like a very, like I've been there. I actually bought a car there a long time ago.
Yeah.
So it seems like a very quiet place. Like
it is. There is one doctor that came in to buy an LS and he was like chatty or whatever. And so we were laughing and he was mocking the price tag. And so I made a joke that it professionally cleans the stripper glitter from the back seat for him. So he'll never get in trouble. And he's like, sold, I got it. I got to get this car. And so just like making it fun, I guess, is the point of it all.
You make it fun wherever you go.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So how long did you do that for?
About, I think 4 or 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Craig said, get out of here.
Yeah. Right. That's when he said, let's go on a date.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Did you have something lined up when you quit or you were just like doing it for love?
So I sold cars to various loan officers. And when they put their income on the form, I'm like, there's no way. And so that's what intrigued me. I'm like, oh, well, I'm into making money. So let's figure this pathway out. And so I started working with one girl at New American Funding.
Okay.
A couple months, and then it just wasn't going anywhere. And so I had purchased my home a few years prior. So I called that loan officer. He set up an interview with his branch managers, and they asked me, they're like, how quickly can you close a loan? I was like, 3 months, even though like that's a lofty goal as a brand new lender in the industry, but I was confident. And they're like, all right. So they took a chance. And then it was right before, it was in January. I had started like maybe a month or 2 prior, but in January, it was when rates dipped back in like 14, I think it was 2014.
Okay.
14, 15. And they gave me a bunch, like just all their orphan leads, like all the previous loan officers that had already left.
Okay.
So that gave me and they had like call for refinances. I'm like, all right. So it was Martin Luther King holiday. Like that Monday, I just sat in the office and just called and called and called.
Because everybody was home, yeah.
Yep. And I ended up like closing, like everybody was shocked at like that first year of what I ended up closing just for being a first year.
Is it hard to become a loan officer?
Yes and no. Like because it's commission based, so you're not necessarily making a salary while you're cold calling or door knocking or open houses or anything.
Got it.
It's also gaining trust of a realtor that wants to use you, but you don't know me, and so I have to prove myself.
Relationships,
yeah. So it's a gamble, I guess. But in all my jobs, it's hard work, and it's like getting into it.
Yeah, for sure. I think whatever you do, as long as you go all in, you have a better shot at it. But the whole time you're telling me, all I can think about is loan officers driving Lexuses. Is that like a big thing? Is that
That's super funny? I guess. I mean, it was for me. Now I drive a Volvo.
Okay.
Because apparently I'm a very aggressive driver, and so my husband wanted me to be in
safe?
the safest vehicle on the road.
Okay. So let me get this Lexus out of my head with loan officers all driving Lexuses. But so you've been doing this since 2014?
Yes.
Okay. So that's my math, 10, 12. It's
12
been,
years.
Long time. What's your favorite part?
Every file is so unique. It is that's what I love the most is it's like my fun side of food serving, but then my degree side of finance and melding them together.
Makes sense.
And making it fun for our buyers because some people find it stressful and because there's obviously tasks, but my job is to make it fun and you don't have to stress. I do the stressing so you don't. So
that's so good.
Yeah.
Most, I guess having that financial background helps because a lot of people get into it because they think it's fun, but you actually know what you're talking about.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So what is something that people should know about mortgages if they're trying to buy their first home? Like, because a lot of people are intimidated, it seems like. Yeah,
and they really shouldn't be. I understand it because it's a commitment. And I think that's what people are more afraid of is the commitment than because they think of a lease like, oh, I can break it at any time, but a mortgage, you're in it.
Right.
But truly, you can break it any time with selling the house. So it's not like you're locked into it, but you do have to take responsibility for it.
Yeah.
I mean, when I talk to people initially, it's more breaking it down where it's more, hey, let's just talk about what payment you feel comfortable paying. And then we can back into the purchase price or what have you been looking at online that you want to try and be qualified for? And then we can figure out the steps to get there.
Yeah. I think it's a very intimidating, process for new buyers. And what I love about how you do it is you have such an awesome personality and it translates into, when you talk to clients because they have that wall up, right?
Yeah.
And you could break it down and just make them feel comfortable because there's not an exact answer for anybody. I always tell my agents, let the LO, let the loan officer, let Amee kind of, tell them all the different things there is because when real estate agents, and I'm sure they do it a lot because they try to sound smart, right? But they try to give information when it doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah, it's absolutely correct. And there's so much information that you also don't want to overwhelm them, like you just said.
Right.
So it's like giving little pieces at a time, like, hey, I think you might be better fit for conventional, and this is why, opposed to FHA, and this is why. But if some people call me and they've done research, so they have the answers, and it's like, okay. And then I don't want to say play cake. It's very demeaning, but you kind of listen, but then help guide them as well. I don't want to say steering either.
No, it makes sense right now.
Listen, you should not be doing this.
Right. I mean, now with ChatGPT, or they could Google it and try to get the information. But it's funny because it's almost like the car business. When you see these ads, like $199, come buy this car. You get there and it's like, oh, it's not this car, but it's this, it's that.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing with the mortgage business. Like they'll advertise this amazing rate, but they don't tell you it's 25, 30% down, 800 credit score. It has to be all these categories you got to fit in to get into that box.
Yeah. And what I used to tell people as well is people are like, oh, my buddy got 3% or whatever. And I was like, guess what? Your buddy's probably lying and you can too. And they'd be like, oh, and then they'd be like, oh, okay.
You can too.
Yeah.
I like
and that's
that.
where you can even though like last year is a little rougher with higher interest rates, we're now getting into that better zone. I think people are more comfortable with. And to your point, exactly, the banks, everything online will bank rate. Like I have to combat bank rate all the time of being like, yep, for sure. You could do that with what you said, 30% down, and you have to have an 820 score.
Right.
But if you want to come back to reality, this is what you are qualified for.
And even besides that, even if you have that, I mean, if it's a condo, if it's different things, it could adjust all that. So, but you spoke about conventional VA. Obviously, VA is a military loan, so 0 down. Anything else veterans should know about that? Yeah,
it's advantageous because you can put 0 down, and then it's a government loan, so they do incentivize the rate, and then there's no mortgage insurance. Where FHA, another government loan, minimum down payment is 3.5, but there is mortgage insurance for the life of the loan.
Got it. So if you're not putting 20% down on any loans, you're going to have the mortgage insurance, but with VA, you don't have it, right?
Correct. Yep. Exactly.
And then there's some situations where you can get the funding, the VA funding fee.
Yeah. So if you're essentially, if you fill an application as a veteran, I'll reach out to the VA and get your certificate of eligibility, and it'll tell me if you're funding fee exempt. And then that's helpful. Most people know they are because it's VA disability that would initiate that. But the funding fees change for first-time use, subsequent use, or if you're just doing an IRL, it'll be like an interest rate reduction loan.
It's amazing to me and frustrating to me at the same time when I talk to veterans when I'm selling their house and I see that they have a regular loan instead of a VA because their lender I feel was intimidated, or, they try to steer them. That's probably not a good word to use, but, into something that I don't know if it's easier or what, but a VA loan has so many good things about it that I hate when they don't take advantage of it.
And it's nice because my husband's a Marine. And so it's kind of nice having that connection and that's honestly, I feel like that with my whole life is I connect with people because of all the walks of life that I've experienced. And so I can use that, like saying, oh, my husband's a Marine. What branch service were you in? And initiate that conversation.
Relate,
and then they feel, oh, she knows what she's talking about. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank them for his service.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. And even like your certificate of eligibility, if you currently own a home as a veteran, you can buy another home. You can use the rest of your entitlement to purchase that other home.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up because a lot of people don't know that. So that's nice. Yeah.
It's frustrating because I'm like, especially when people try arguing against me, I'm like, no, I personally did that. We owned a home. We leveled up. And so we weren't selling this home before we purchased this one. So
people argue with you? I don't believe that.
I know, they do. It's hilarious.
Yeah. You put people in headlocks. Why would they?
And then that's when I type with just my middle finger.
So we spoke about VA. Conventional is pretty self-explanatory. Even though they have conventional probably as little as 3% down, because most people think like 10, 20 if I'm getting conventional.
That is super nice is yes, 3% down conventional. It's for first-time home buyers. As long as you haven't owned a home in the last 3 years, you can take advantage of it. You really want an incredible credit score to make it advantageous, to make it make sense because of the mortgage insurance. You still need mortgage insurance on that loan, and they just judge heavy on your credit score. Okay.
And the FHA, obviously 3.5% down, but what's this 20,000 grant I hear a lot about?
So Nevada Housing has, they're probably the number one down payment assistance program offerer here in Nevada. And one of their programs is the Workers Advantage program, where they, as long as you are on their essential worker list, then you could qualify for a $20,000 grant program. You can use the $20,000 either directly towards your down payment and closing costs, or they have incentivized rates for like a 2-point buy down or 4-point buy down. Like for example, right now, today, February 13th, 2026, today their FHA, I know that. You have to do it for everything. Their FHA 4-point buy down is 4.875.
Wow. That's low.
I saw it this morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't think I've seen FHA rates in the 4s, especially with a 4-point cost.
So thanks for ruining it for me, because now that I was going to post this in June, you now said it's February. So there goes that. We'll have to post this soon. No, I'm kidding. But what is an essential worker? What does that mean? Give me
there
some
were different,
examples.
like healthcare, construction, public sector.
Oh, so it covers a lot.
It covers a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Teachers, teachers' aides, stuff like that.
So does this go as like a silent second, or?
Yeah, it's a lien against a house for $20,000. You do have to pay that whole $20,000 back
When you sell it?
Sell it, refinance, or if you do end up living there for 30 years, as soon as that first is paid off, it's called due. So you do have to pay it back.
Yeah.
No matter what.
I mean, some people are like, oh, why would I want it if I have to pay it back? But also, if you're not in position to buy, at least this puts you and you can build equity instead of, just renting and throwing that money away.
And that's what I tell everybody. Like, I get it. You don't have to do it. Here are your options. Here's your estimated payment with this program. Here's your estimated payment not. If you can keep your $20,000 in your bank account and throw it into some sort of investment stock and gain like an 8% return, then why wouldn't you? So why would you use
Look at that degree come in handy right there, dropping knowledge.
But yeah,
Smart.
Some people get it, some people don't.
Yeah, I mean, I see both sides of it because I hear agents talking and they say, well, you got to pay it back. But then again, that's fine. But what about, like you said, what can you do with that 20 grand to invest? Or if you weren't able to buy, now you can buy. So, I mean, I don't think there's a perfect answer. That's why they got to call you. Yeah,
it's a perfect answer for the person that's buying the home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other cool programs or anything that I'm missing?
No, that's the newest one. It is, they only have a certain amount of reservations. So once the program's gone, it's gone. But they do have other great, like first time home buyers and you can even take a look at it where, a 4% assistance, if you're buying a higher priced home, you might actually get more using the first time home buyer and 4% assistance opposed to the 20,000. So we just want to look at your file, get a complete file, and then I can send you estimated payments going this way, whatever.
Yeah. For any like realtors who are listening, let the loan officers do their thing, right? Why do they try to like,
I don't know. It's super fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get through to them, but for me, I leave it up to you guys. You guys are the experts and you can find what works best for them. What other advice should we give people? You see refis coming back?
I do. Okay. Yeah. I think this is the start of refinances, especially the people that purchased in the last year or two. I think those are the ones that are, I don't want to say in need, but just to lower your payment even just a little bit and stop, especially in the last year or two, because the bulk of your payments is literally going towards just interest. So you may as well lower that monthly amount. And I know you're restarting a 30-year mortgage, but you can even look at a 15.
Yeah, it's funny when you're at escrow signing for the house, and I love when they pull out that sheet that has the 30 years of payments.
Tables,
yeah, and you're like, don't look at that. I mean, look at it. But yeah, that will show you like what you're talking about is the first several years, the bulk is just going to be interest. And it seems like a short time, but just even like a year or two ago, it was in the 8%.
Yeah.
So like
somebody just sent me his mortgage statement is 8.375. I'm like, he's like, yeah, I feel like my bank didn't do me good. I'm like, I wasn't there, but
yeah, I say brutal, but the first house I bought was 8.25% was the interest rate. So, and this sounds really crazy, but I personally like when rates are higher because I feel like you can get a better deal on the house.
I agree.
And then later you can always refinance. I mean, obviously there's a cost to refinance, but there's so much more negotiating you can do when the rates are higher. And
then even if you get seller credits, where sometimes I think because we all knew this day was coming with refinances, is I would talk to people about, hey, maybe you don't use the money to buy the rate down. I know it makes your payment look less, but if the difference is like $200, say it's $200 a month more you're paying because you don't buy the rate down, and this is 2 years ago, well, that rate buy down was probably $8,000, opposed to if you are refinancing now, you paid what, $2,400 each year, so you only paid $4,800 in the last 2 years, opposed to the $8,000. So you never saw that return on investment. You're just continually burying yourself in the red.
Why aren't all loan officers required to have a financial background? Like, I mean, it sounds so smart what you're saying.
I don't know.
It's too easy. I was saying it earlier today. It's too easy being a realtor. You're dealing with people's biggest purchase of their life.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's the same in your field where.
Oh, I'm sure you get calls all the time from buyer's agents and you're like, how are you helping these people?
I don't know. Thank God I have horses that can calm me down and I can go outside because it's
I just
so
like that you
frustrating.
mentioned horses and not Kelly. Thank God I had Kelly to calm me down. No, it's the horses.
You're gonna get me in trouble right before my Valentine's Day anniversary. Yes, yes. She does the opposite of calming down.
That's awesome.
Yes, I mean sometimes she calms me down. Don't get me wrong.
I shouldn't laugh because that's probably me to Craig. Where Craig calms me down, I'm totally the opposite. It's probably why when I come home, he has like the drink ready for me. He's like, "Here you go."
Nice.
Or if it's a bad day, I'll be like, "Shots," and then there's shots ready on the island.
I don't want to say boring because loans isn't boring, but I mean you had other jobs that were like action all the time. But what do you do now for fun?
I feel like all I do for fun these days are going to 7-year-old birthday parties, because that's like, we're now in grade 1 where there's a million
Everybody's
birthday parties.
having a party.
Yes.
When my kids were little, that's like every weekend, no?
Every weekend. Like I'll walk in the office on Monday and Tim will be like, and what'd you do this weekend? I'm like, 2 birthday parties. Like,
are they making it up or like, is there that many birthdays?
There are that many. Well, Riley there's 2 grade 1 classes and I think there's 50 students total. So, and they all just want to invite everyone because they're all
50?
like best friends. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm like, all right.
And you just jump in as one of the kids and have fun, or are you like?
They're like the flipping out extreme. I enjoy a trampoline, so I'll be like, get out of here, and I'll show them my skills. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah. I could see you being the life of a party, at a regular party or a 7-year-old party.
I'll have to because there was one. This was like last year. One of the little kids ran up the top part, and then they couldn't get down. They're all like scared because they're higher up. So I was the only parent that could like go over and like run up. Then
you rescued the kid?
Yeah, I did like a fireman carry. Just kidding. Well, I did carry her down, but yeah, it's funny.
So you're still having fun just with kids now?
Yeah.
What else you like to do for fun besides birthday parties?
I have a dog and I love taking her for walks.
Okay.
Where we live right into Sloan Canyon National Park. So we like walk out our back gate and go hike Black Mountain or go on like the trails there. Do that. Nice.
Speaking of that, what if somebody looking to move to Vegas, sell them on it?
Oh, this is the best city you could ever live in. There's so much to do. You're never bored. There's constantly like activities, things to do, whether it's at the Lee's. I live in Henderson, so the Lee's Forum or the
Lee's what's that? I thought you were going to say Lee's Liquor.
Well, there is Lee's Liquor there around. No, it's where the Silver Knights play.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, and then they have concerts there all the time. And then the America First Arena down on Water Street, you can go ice skating there, or City National, obviously in Summerlin. I don't go to Summerlin as often, but downtown Summerlin always has activities. It's constant. You're never looking for something to do. It's everywhere.
So Vegas is it's a good spot.
Yeah. And it's a hub. Like everybody flies here. Everybody wants to fly here.
Yeah.
I can't get my family to leave me alone. I left Canada.
Okay. Yeah, I was waiting for you to put that in there because you were going to upset all your Canadian peeps.
Yeah, they like coming down here. It's great.
If people are coming down here, what's the top 3 restaurants to go to?
Ooh, strip or no strip?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, I love one of the chefs I used to work with at SDK. He opened Chef Roma's on Horizon Ranch, and then he has another one in Southern Highlands.
Chef Roma's.
Yeah, Chef Roma's.
Check that out. I haven't been there.
He's great. Nudo in Southern Highlands. It was awesome when I went there a couple weeks ago.
An SDK,
Anima,
is that good?
Anima, over by our work on like Russell and 215.
You went 3 for 3 for places I've never been.
Oh.
I got to check that out.
Nailed it.
Enema?
Sorry.
Doesn't sound like a restaurant.
I know. I'm trying to remember exactly how to pronounce it.
I think you butchered it.
I'm sure I did.
If you didn't, I think it should be renamed.
I'll Google it and I'll send it to you.
Okay. What's on your vision board for this year?
I want to best my best year.
Okay.
But it's
cool.
My best year. It was during COVID, and Riley was still like babyish.
Yeah.
So she'd be fine, like quick put her
Tuck her in
sleep,
a
and then I could
corner
sit and work. So now it's finding that balance of being super busy, answering and helping everyone, but then also showing up at her school today for her Valentine's Day party.
Aw.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, being a mom and you guys can kill it is incredible. Like there's a couple of moms on my team, and to see how they're crushing it and still, handling business.
Yeah. It's super rewarding, where there are definitely days when you're frustrated or just all you want to be is a mom. But then at the same time, you're giving her the example of what you can achieve when you're older.
Role model.
Yeah.
I like that.
I don't know if I should be a role model.
I don't know, based on some of these stories, but you've come a long way.
Thanks.
What's on the 5-year vision board?
I do want to own a Porsche, so that's the Cayenne.
Nope. Okay.
That's on my vision board.
Really?
Yeah, get out of the Volvo and back into get my street cred again.
Okay. Are you gonna be able to just cruise, or are you the type who's gonna?
No, yeah, I can't just cruise.
No, not even in the Volvo.
No, definitely not.
Okay.
No.
So we got the Porsche on the 5-year goal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do want to go back to traveling. We're prior to Riley, just everywhere in Europe, Australia, New Zealand.
You've been to all those places, or that's where you want to go?
No, I've been to those places, and I want to get back. Like, I want like South America on my passport stamp.
Which one was your favorite place you visited?
I loved. So when I went to Australia and New Zealand, I flew to Auckland, into Sydney, and then up to Auckland, and then rented a car and drove to the southernmost point, and then back all the way up to. Shoot, I just forgot the name of it, but it's where they film like most of the Lord of the Rings, like whitewater rafting and stuff. And they drive on the opposite side of the road. So it's like that weird. Scary. So it was super fun. That one, very memorable, that trip. But then besides that, probably Prague. Prague was incredible.
Who drives when you're together, you or Craig? You?
Well, when we're together, it's probably 50. It's 50-50.
Okay.
If I have to work, he's driving. And then I sit in the back and I pretend like I'm super important.
Have
driving Miss Daisy.
Have you taken your baby to Canada yet?
Oh yeah. She's we were counting, I think last year, on how many flights she's been on, and we were laughing. I think it's like closer to like 50 some flights.
50?
Yeah, like
she's
been
7.
In Mexico. Yeah, she's been every. Like,
and you just said you want to travel more. What do you? She's
well,
been
besides
50.
like expanding horizons outside of North America.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how can people get a hold of you if they're interested in checking out their future booze, running credits, or if they're interested in a house? Where can they find you?
You can call me at 702-587-1716. I feel
that
like this is
like
the whole
a commercial.
promo. I know
like that.
Exactly. Is it going to be on like the bottom third, like my phone number popping up there?
We'll definitely put it in the comments section so they can find you.
You find me on Instagram at the Amee Klassen. Because apparently Amee Klassen, even though I spell my name AMEE, was already taken.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell them about all the cool
random
videos you do when they go on there. They can see them.
Yeah. Well,
Are those fun to make?
They are fun. And so we try to, or I wanted people to see I'm not just about loans. Like I want people to see who I really am, which is why I like half the videos are just like super funny.
Just being fun, having fun.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think you're the whole package. I mean, you're fun. You're not boring. I mean, when you call a loan officer, it's just like could get boring, but you're not it. So they can find you on Instagram.
Yeah.
Don't forget that part of it. Do that phone number jingle again. That was good.
702-587-1716. Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. So That is Amee, VP, Note Mortgage. You heard the story from beginning to end, the funnest loan officer in town, and she knows her stuff. So thank you. I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.